Assalamualaikum and a very good day to everybody. So today I'll be presenting a research paper that been prepared by Shazreen Kamal and Professor Dr. Sauda Hope entitled Online Gaming Addiction Towards Mental Health Among IIM Students. So without wasting any time, let's start with the introduction. So Newzoo 2017 mentioned that there are more than 2 billion of people who spend their leisure time activity by playing online games. So it can be concluded that online game is highly accepted and very popular among young generation because it provides a lot of fun. And for the problem statements, Hazard and Hazard 2018 mentioned that attractions to the video games among young people can lead them to many problems such as emotional, social life, and physical. And there are 4 research objectives in the study. The first one is to find out the exposure to online gaming among IIM students. The second one, to determine the level of online gaming addiction among IIM students. The third one, to determine the level of depression, anxiety, and loneliness among IIM students. And the last one, to determine the relationship between online gaming addiction, depression, anxiety, and loneliness among IIM students. For the significance of the study, as I mentioned before, this study was conducted among IIM students. So Ministry of Education might be beneficial from the study because the ministry can refer from the data and information from the study, and perhaps the ministry can create an event that collaborate with IIUM for the students regarding these issues. And the students also might be beneficial because they can know their level of addiction and mental health towards online games. And the last one, future researchers also might want to refer from this study in order to conduct their new research. For the literature review, the first topic is online gaming addiction. So according to Charlton and Dunford 2010, online game is a popular technology that creates some worry because it can lead to addiction. So basically, the scholars mentioned that online gaming have a potential for the players to become addicted because it is a popular technology where many people they spend their time to play online games. And the next topic is mental health. So mental illness arises when playing online games correlate with the daily life of people, according to Ratner 2019. So basically, when people they play online games just for fun, there should be no problem. But once they try to apply their character in online games to the real life, then they might have a mental illness. And next topic is depression and internet gaming disorder. Online games were played by people who have emotional distress, but long-term heavy use of online games can isolate people from real-life relationships, leading to more serious mental health issues, which is depression, according to King and Faber 2016. So basically, the scholars mentioned that the more people spend their time to play online games, they will have a highly chance to become depressed because online games can isolate people from their real life. And next, anxiety and internet gaming disorder. According to Fayazi and Hassani 2016, the scholars mentioned that people who will have a higher level of anxiety is the one who is addicted to play online games compared to people who play online games normally. So basically, the people who are addicted is the one who have the anxiety compared to people who play online games just for fun. And the last one is loneliness and internet gaming disorder. So people use cyberspace and internet to play online games rather than interpersonal relationship and social interaction as a defense mechanism and alternative in order to avoid from feel lonely, according to Perlman 2004. So basically, the scholars mentioned that people they choose to play online game instead of doing other things in order to help them to avoid from feel lonely. And for the theoretical framework, this study applied social cognitive theory by Bandura 1986. So this theory study on the idea of how human learning occurs in some social environment. So this theory also mentioned that people can acquire knowledge by just observing others. So to relate with these studies, when students they play online games, they observe the character in the online games. And then when they observe the character, they tend to apply the character from the online games to the real life. Okay, for the conceptual framework, online gaming addiction is the independent variable and mental health is the dependent variable. And there are three other variables under mental health, which are depression, anxiety, and loneliness. So hypothesis 1 is there is a positive relationship between online gaming addiction and depression. Hypothesis 2, there is a positive relationship between online gaming addiction and anxiety. And hypothesis 3, there is a positive relationship between online gaming addiction and loneliness. Okay, for the methodology, this study used quantitative survey method, and the respondents of the study are from undergraduate and postgraduate IIUM students from Gombak campus. And the study used network sampling because the study was conducted during the pandemic of COVID-19. And the study also used questionnaire as the instrument. For the findings, 71.4% of the respondents are male, and most of the respondents are young with range age 21 to 25 years old with 85.7%, and 71.9% of the respondents are from undergraduate students, and 69% of the respondents are Malaysian. And next, researchers run one sample t-test in order to test the level for each variable in the study. So the first variable is addiction. Test one sample t-test for addiction to play online games among IIM students. So the overall mean for addiction is 2.615, and the t-value is negative 7.666. However, it is significant. So it can be concluded that IIUM student is not really addicted to play online games. And then one sample test for depression among IIM students. So the mean for overall depression is 2.235, and the t-value is negative 14.622, and it is still significant. So basically, the level for depression among IIM students is significantly low. Next, one sample test for anxiety among IIM students. The mean for overall anxiety is 1.807. The t-value is negative 28.102, and it is significant. So the level for anxiety among IIM students also significantly low. The last one sample test for loneliness among IIM students. The overall mean for loneliness is 2.096. The t-value is negative 12.480, and it is significant. So the level for loneliness among IIM students also is significantly low. Okay, next, zero-order correlation. So scholars run zero-order correlation in order to test the relationship between the variables. So the first variable is addiction and depression. So the R value is 0.687 and the P value is 0.000. So the result shows the positive and strong relationship. Thus, H1 is accepted. And next, addiction and anxiety. The R value is 0.637 and the P value is 0.000. And the result shows the positive and strong relationship. And H2 also accepted. And the next relationship is among the addiction and loneliness. So the R value is 0.325 and the P value is 0.000. It is positive and weak relationship. Thus, H3 also accepted. Okay, as for the conclusion, so there are a total of 210 IIUM students who took part in this study. And this study shows that the level of addiction and mental health of IIM students toward online gaming was low. And the limitation of the study, as I mentioned before, this study was conducted during the pandemic of COVID-19. So the main issue here is to find the respondent. For the suggestion, future researchers are suggested to test the other theories such as agenda setting theory, cultivation theory, dependency theory, and media effect theory. So I guess that's all from me. Thank you.